It was acrobatic. It was impressive. It was Steph Talbot.
Swain from real deep. Good ball movement. Distance not a problem for Shanice Swain.
Kick to the corner, free ball on its way, and it is good.
Round 4 is here and already the pressure is starting to build. Adelaide winless with back-to-back games against Townsville coming up. Need to win to kickstart their season. The Flames, full of promise, have also been a little helter-skelter at times. Who will steady their season tonight as Indigenous round kicks off in the Signet WNBL? Welcome to Adelaide. First off, we would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Kaurna people of Kaurna country, and pay our respects to their elders past and present, as well as to emerging leaders. We extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here today. Welcome aboard for Indigenous round, a 6-game slate across round 4. It is your WNBL Wednesdays, brought to you by Ford. My name is Liam Ellison, and joined alongside me today, WNBL Championship winning coach, Laurie Chiswick. Laurie, welcome.
Oh, it is so great to be here for Indigenous round, the first game of it. I love the uniforms. The players love the uniforms, and they just wear them with such pride. So can't wait to get this game really started.
They are beautiful jerseys. We'll see them across the round. Let's have a look at our fixture for round 4. Laurie, what are you looking forward to here?
Well, there's so many good games to watch over the course of the weekend, but the one that stands out to me is that Sunday afternoon in Bendigo against the Flyers. Bendigo, we know, are that in-form team, and the Flyers are just starting to crawl their way up the ladder.
Bendigo have been unbelievable. That will be terrific to see 2 of the contenders go at it. And let's have a listen as well to Nathan Strempel, who caught up with Adelaide coach Nat Hurst before the match.
Nat, thanks for your time. Exciting opportunity tonight on the home floor.
Yeah, look, pretty disappointed after, Saturday's match. I know the girls are pretty keen to get back out, so lucky enough we have a game pretty quick and a quick turnaround and, get back out there.
Talk about Saturday, some great signs with your captain back with a double-double. Must be nice having Steph back fit again.
Yes, I know Steph, had a double-double. She never looks at stats.
So Steph Talbot there just highlighting that introduction back to the lineup. And of course, when she returned last year, they went 3-0 returning from that injury. That's a huge inclusion for them.
Well, it's massive for them, her coming back. And did she have a great game to start off with? 15 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. Played probably a few more minutes than she was probably supposed to, given it was an overtime game. But I tell you what, it was well worth it for her. She said she pulled up a little bit sore, which is understandable, but it didn't look, Liam, to me like she had missed a beat at all.
No, it certainly didn't. You'd expect nothing less from Steph Talbot. And what I'm really interested in is which way Sydney go defensively matching up on her.
Well, she's actually a tough one to defend because she's athletic, she's tall for that position that she plays. She can shoot from the outside, she can go in, so it will be interesting. I think they're going to have to throw different players at her.
I think so too, and her bronze medal winning teammate from the Opals, Izzy Borlase, has picked up where she left off from her all-WNBL first-team appearance last season.
She is so much fun to watch, Izzy Borlase. 17 points, 5 rebounds against Bendigo. She's just going from strength to strength. The thing is with Izzy is that she'll have to keep playing with that mindset. Even though Talbot's back, they need her scoring. They need her being a threat. Use her strength, use her body. She gets to the rack really, really well. Interestingly, she leads the league right now in minutes played. She plays averaging 39 minutes. She doesn't get much of a rest, Liam.
Phenomenal, isn't it? 39 minutes for Izzy Borlase. Wonder whether perhaps Talbot coming back into the lineup will see that number drop somewhat. And from the Sydney perspective, who could forget, of course, this time last week, Shanice Swain went off.
Well, isn't she another player that's great to watch? And she looks like she is enjoying herself out there. She shot 5 from 9 from three-point range. But we also know that once players started closing out, she gets to the rack, just like we see there. And so she is a tough defender, but the more she enjoys her basketball, the better she is. And so they're going to need a big game from Swain tonight if they want to get on that winner's column.
I like the way you've described that, Laurie. She is a player that plays with an X factor and will come into her own this season, no doubt, with increased opportunity. May not have gone their way with the win last week against the Bendigo Spirit, but importantly for Sydney, they saw a couple of their players get into their rhythm, and Morris was one of those.
Oh, wasn't she? She's just each game, that was her third game, and I think she surprised everybody with her 19 points and 9 rebounds. And we always talk about how it takes imports a few weeks, a bit of time to get used to the referees, to the new coach, to the teammates. And hopefully she's going to come of her own and continue to improve. It'll be a really great matchup between her and Turner. Both are really long, and they need her to be rebounding. They need her to continue scoring.
Yeah, that'll be fantastic. Two of the big defensive forces in the Signet WNBL going at it. Let's welcome in the third member of our team here this evening, Nathan Strempel, courtside. Nathan, welcome.
Thanks, Liam. Great to be joining you guys. The atmosphere here in Adelaide is wonderful. A very proud basketball town here in Adelaide. As you look around the stadium, I see former Lightning players, Olympians. I just glanced up in the stands and saw Carla Boyd. And they do a great job of engaging the local basketball community. The South Adelaide Panthers, the club of the round tonight. So you see lots of junior Panthers littered around the stadium. And what a fascinating matchup with both teams desperate for a win. And you've talked a bit about it already. Shanice Swain catching fire for the Flames last week. Steph Talbot back for the Lightning. I think they're going to send Talbot to Swain early and watch her to be aggressive in the way she picks up Shanice Swain. It's going to be a great one to watch.
Thanks, Nathan. Looking forward to that. Talbot on Shanice Swain. That'll be a challenge for the youngster.
Well, it will. I'm sure after they watch some vision, they'll be saying, chase her off that three-point line. Don't let her get hot from the three-point line. And Steph Talbot plays with high IQ, and she'll be a good matchup for that.
And Emma Clark working her way back into this Sydney lineup will be in the starting 5 today. Laurie, expect perhaps some big minutes from her.
Well, I think, again, she's come back from injury, didn't play the first game, a few minutes the second game, a bit more last game. And so she's in that starting lineup now, and I think they're going to need her to match up against Steph Talbot. They're very similar-sized players, and she'll have the ability to be able to try and make life difficult for Steph.
Our referees tonight, Hugh Starkey, Bailey Dyer and Danica Shepherd. And we're just about underway here for your WNBL Wednesdays. George and Turner to contest the tip. Indigenous round kicks off in the Signet WNBL. Here is Emma Clark. That matchup you spoke of, Laurie. Talbot and Clark. George retrieves it back. 5-second shot clock. Adelaide with the first stop. Talbot straight away attacking.
That was a good push by Talbot. You can see that the intent of Adelaide is to make sure that they run at pace.
George, one of those key returning players for the Flames this season. Kick out to Ruth. Talbot controlling the glass. Dean moving it fast now. The Lightning, it's Borlase for 3.
That's another kick ahead in transition.
Clark, kick provided from Ruth. Pulls the trigger from 3. Long rebound though. Favours the Flames. Taylor immediately attacking baseline. Great find to Ruth for the 2.
That'll be good for Michaela Ruth to get on the board early. She struggled a little bit in the last game, especially from three-point land, so that'll be good for her confidence.
Izzy Bourne. Hand off to Dean, running point for the Lightning. Talbot on the block. Wants to lose Clark. Adelaide today wearing their Indigenous strip. Sydney have their home jersey, and they will wear their Indigenous strip for the first time against Perth in their next outing. Deflection. That was Talbot.
That was great help defense by Dean.
.14 seconds for the Flames. Taylor picked up her dribble. Great defense from Borlase. Ruth, though, with a second chance. Talbot active on the glass early. And running the lane, not quite. It's Turner on the follow.
Great follow-up. Izzy Bourne would be disappointed she missed that, but thank goodness her teammate was right there to scoop it up.
Taylor probing. Borlase, kick provided, pulls up from the elbow.
That is a good decision by Borlase. Came off of that pick and roll, that high early pick and roll. Saw that the defender had sagged off and was a nice little pull-up jumper.
And Catazano is poked out from Dean. Laurie, the Lightning will be looking to bounce back from that overtime loss against Geelong United.
Oh, I must say I felt for Nat Hurst, and she lost so many games last year by a small margin. So when it was overtime a loss, I thought, oh, I hope this isn't deja vu for them.
It was in tough circumstances, falling to 0-3. Ruth, extra fine. Clark, open. Another offensive rebound for the Flames. Resetting to Ruth. Now she looks to go to work. Clean defense, doesn't matter.
Wow, that was a tough shot by Michaela Ruth, backing down her defender, Izzy Bourne, and then having to turn around and shoot over the extended hand.
Borlase. Hitting score for the Lightning. Inside and left unattended was Bourne for her first two.
It's a little mix-up in the screens by the Sydney Flames as far as whether they were switching, fighting to get through, and left Bourne wide open for an easy layup.
George. It's over to Clark. Immediate trigger on the three, and Ruth has been busy early. She's drawn the foul and 2 shots to come from the line.
She certainly has. She is going after every board, every O board that there is, getting a hand to it, just a tap out to her teammates. And now she sees herself at the foul line.
Already the 5 points, 3 boards. Early days for Michaela Ruth. Now starts Sydney. And Catazano with the full court D. Talbot, what a lift for the Lightning, getting her back out there. Dean inside the arc. Sydney have been a really strong, what a fine forward to Ruth. Brain Catazano, the extra look. Sydney, beautiful team basketball, not quite on the lane.
I like that, though. I like the way they push the ball, looking for each other, the kick ahead, the extra pass.
Dean, a reset for Adelaide. Bourne assessing. Turnover for George. Taylor running the lanes. And Kayla George run out of real estate.
I think that happens at least once a game. In every single game, that foot just touches the sideline, and it's a turnover for the team.
It does. And speaking of the Flames, and Guy Malloy flagged it during the week, just
I know what you're going to say. Turnovers,
yes. You knew it, Laurie.
I did. It's a big, a big issue for the team, and it's something that they need to take care of business with. They're the highest turnover team in the competition right now, averaging 20 a game. And if they can just cut some of those out and make sure they have a good look at the basket, but certainly Guy Malloy is aware of it and trying to address it.
Some of that has to be the product of just a new nucleus of players.
It is. It absolutely is your system and getting used to players' tendencies and that. But at the same time, you have to have the mindset of taking care of the ball.
Borlase open. Talbot, though, working hard. Count it, and one. In fact,
Georgia Pinot.
Excuse me.
Yes. They both got their hair up in that bun, Liam. But Georgia Pinot, great second effort on that board and a strong finish. Good to see her in the game so early.
Absolutely, battling hard. And goes down anyway for Georgia Pinot. Entering the game in that last possession. Adelaide retake the lead here. Taylor. Morris arrives for the two-man game. Clark, triple penetration and a whistle first. Halfway through this first period. Baseline ball, Sydney. George awaits Brain Catazano. Immediately lets it fly. Morris had front position. Ball ace, downhill.
That was just a classic example of the control that Borlase has on her body. There were really two defenders there, but they weren't quite set. Really good decision of her to continue on and attack the rim.
Taylor rejects the screen. Pocket pass, and the timing from Turner sublime. Dean now in the open floor, takes the contact, and another and one to the Lightning.
You have to say that the pace of this game really suits the Lightning right now. They are trying to get that rebound and run at every opportunity. And I have to say that that last drive, Georgia Pinot did a good job of getting herself down and almost setting a screen and enabling a wide open layup.
Adelaide have got the troops to play fast. Turner again with a steal. She can waltz in. Not quite on the lay-in.
Sydney certainly got out of jail there.
Did they ever? Need to steady the ship here. Celeste Taylor to the cup. She's on her way to the free-throw line. Celeste Taylor of the Phoenix Mercury, drafted in 2024 in the WNBA. Glad to have her here for her first international stint out of Ohio State.
She's been very active this first quarter as far as pushing the ball, distributing it to teammates, getting herself to the foul line.
Talbot controls. And they look to push the pace again. Pinot. Turner. Already a couple of steals to her name. Solid screen provided. Brooke Basham out there for her first minutes. Running, Jay goes for D.
Well, that's just great shot clock mindfulness. We see another turnover from Sydney, but she knew the clock was ticking down. She knew she couldn't get all the way to the rack. Just a nice floater by Dean.
Shanice Swain off the bench after her big outing last Wednesday, along with Cherie Kalea. Dean will reset. Talbot inside, perfectly weighted.
Well, she just got it to the long outreach of Turner, who was presenting really well, but great pass by Steph Talbot.
Talbot defending Swain tightly, got it anyway. Nathan teased it before the match that we'd see this lineup. Foul call on the Flames. Looks to be Carla Pittman with a personal.
It's interesting, Liam, that Nat Hurst has gone with some early subs. her starting 5 all play 35+ minutes. So I think maybe she's recognized that that's not sustainable for the course of a season, and that she's starting to hopefully try and get some minutes in some of the other players, as we saw Pinot come on fairly early.
Here's Turner. Lightning are on a 12-1 run. Tied under the board. And an offensive foul against Talbot.
I have to say, and that was Carla Pittman took that charge. She just had the spacing, and Talbot tried to just get a little bit more space, but I've been really impressed with Pittman and her defense. She has been up and in, she's had active hands, and we could just see it on display there.
Here she is, Carla Pittman. Morris at the high post. Can Swain continue from last week? Muscled inside, it was a nice move. Dean releasing. Pinot again downhill.
It's so great when you have a bench player. She's averaging 10 minutes a game, come on and have an influence nice and early. That's just a nice little feed into Morris.
Finally stems the momentum for the Flames. Adelaide rolling here in the first quarter. Talbot, kick out. Turner not quite off the glass. Kalea assessing. Morris, great find inside. Now the movement from the Sydney Flames. It ends with the Kalea 3-ball.
Well, any number of them could have actually shot that 3-ball. It ended up in Kalea's hands, who is a proficient three-point shooter.
Just a little cold from the field here, the Flames. Pinot rips and drives. Kalea's got runners. Turner just clogging up the lane. Swain open, here's trouble. Rattles out, so really nothing going at the moment since the opening moments for Sydney.
Well, I don't think they've hit a 3-ball yet, and they've certainly put up a few, which they're known to do.
Dean. Oh, big block from Morris. Utilising that length. Stays with Basham. She's got to let it go. 5 seconds for George. One last heave. Pittman in time, and the Adelaide Lightning 20 plays 11 after the first quarter here at the Adelaide 36ers Arena. And they really iced out the second half of that quarter. Looking for their first victory of the season here on your WNBL Wednesdays. Second quarter coming up after this. 13-point ball game in Adelaide as we open the Signet WNBL Indigenous round, and the Lightning searching for their first victory of the season. Laurie Chiswick are off to a great start.
Well, they certainly are, and the thing that's hard for the Lightning, or for Sydney to defend the Lightning, is they've got a spread of scorers led by Pinot with 5 points, but Bourne, Turner, Borlase, Steen, they've all chipped in, and that makes it more difficult to defend.
Turner's been superb as well defensively. She's got 6, and using that length. Speaking of Morris, that was a huge block in the first for Sydney, but currently they're 4 of 20 from the field, the Flames. They have had some good looks from 3.
0 from 8, though, and Sydney actually shoot the 3 ball. They take 8 more shots, 3s per game than Adelaide, but only shoot it at 33%, so they probably need to be a little bit more selective.
Swain, the deflection, Taylor nearly got there. Nathan Strempel was in the Adelaide huddle at quarter time. Nathan.
Yeah, Adelaide happy with the start, but their focus is Shanice Swain, and they're denying paint touches for Ruth or George when they're on the floor. So they now send Borlase to Swain. They want to make life hard for her. But what they love, they want to play fast. We saw them with 7 points and fast breaks in that first quarter. So playing right in their hands, that opportunity as they hunt kicker heads.
Thanks, Nathan. And it's Borlase with a job. Inside of Morris. Taylor zigzagging. Pinot with a hand to it. Staying with the play, though. And not quite on the lay-in. Basham, solid screen provided. Bria inside, good defense. Roof did just enough. Swain attracting the scout at the moment from the Lightning. 21 years of age. Huge part of what they do is Clark not quite on the 3.
But you can see exactly what Nathan said. They're sagging off a couple of the big players and letting them shoot the 3. We know Kayla George can certainly get hot from 3-point range.
Taylor. Clark looking to open up the boulevard, battling through and caught contact. Clark set to go to the line for 2 here. Make sure you're following all the live stats of today's game in the free WNBL app. You can also check out game highlights, team and player info, and more. Download it from the App Store today. Big news during the week as well, Laurie, for the Sydney Flames, with Talia Tapea signing on with the side.
Well, she has, and what a great signing for them. She's going to join them at the end of December when she's finished in the New Zealand League, but she brings such high IQ. You know, she fits this style of play of Guy Malloy's. A nice 3-point shot. I think that's the first one that Sydney have come up with from Celeste Taylor, and that's a basket they really needed.
Did they ever? Breaks the drought. Bourne. Basham stopped. Great defense. Doesn't matter. Better offense from Basham.
I have to say, I'm impressed with Adelaide and their discipline right now. They're making Sydney have to navigate a lot of screens out there, and as a result, came up with a wide open look.
Popped out to George. Clark over the top of Turner. And that is an ask. Adelaide basketball on the baseline. Haley Andrews lost their footing in a foul call. Just the first on Emma Clark. 13-point advantage, Adelaide. Basham. Bourne, top of the keyway, 3-ball, back iron. Ball ace, though, working hard. And a fresh 14 for Andrews. Run off the three-point line.
Gotta get a shot up, 5 seconds.
Gotta go, Turner, right on the free-throw line. Much better defense from the Flames. Taylor. Looking to get downhill where she's so dangerous. Flipped over to George. A great find, but once again, the Flames unable to convert. Ball ace. Mops up her own mess.
Well, that's just not good enough from the Sydney Flames. Borlace was able to just bring the ball down the floor, catch and shoot right at the free throw line, and then get her own rebound. I'm sure Guy Malloy will be talking about that.
Lightning continue to roll here. 15-point advantage, 3.5 gone, second quarter. Guy Malloy here just needing to talk things over and stop this momentum.
Well, somebody's got to pick up the ball. Somebody's got to stop it, slow it down. To have Borlace just run, dribble it straight to the foul line and pull up, miss her shot, get her own rebound, you just can't do that. They need to be way more defensive focused, defensive transition.
Flames through their first 3 games have been first in defensive rebounding percentage, but today it's been a little bit of an issue so far.
Well, I feel like their three-point shots that they're shooting, and often a three-point shot has a longer rebound, that it's enabled Adelaide to get a rebound, and you can tell that they're in the mindset of really pushing that ball ahead.
So what can Guy Malloy's Flames do out of this timeout to stop the momentum the Lightning have created? Crashing the glass, extra possessions, they've got the length. Talbot only adding to that alongside Turner. Georgia Pinot has been active. They're up against it once again, the Flames. And Catazano back out there. Taylor, great fight.
Really good execution. Just a nice little give and go play from Taylor to George, and they needed that sort of basket. They need some easy looks inside.
Inside to Bourne. Got the mismatch down low. Izzy Bourne takes advantage. Swain. Can they get started with Shanice Swain? No, not that time. Turner again on the glass.
Izzy Brandt-Cansano did a good job of stopping the ball, stopping that transition this time down the floor.
Basham slowed up. Dean, Brandt-Cansano stayed with the play. Japrice Dean pulls up for 2.
She looked so relaxed when that ball was released from her hand, because Brandt-Cansano was really trying to get on top of that screen and was right on her shoulder.
Brandt-Cansano left unattended. More like it from the Flames. Ball ace. Turner battling inside. Basham with the penetration.
It's a good stop that the Flames need, because they can't afford to just exchange baskets with Adelaide. They need to start making a little dent on this lead.
Swain doubled out of the pick. Roof will let it go, and can it? Timeout on the floor, and the Flames have finally got their offense motoring.
Well, it's a good timeout by Coach Nathurst. She could see the writing on the wall that they were starting to get a little momentum, and wants to cut it off straight away by calling her timeout.
4.5 remaining in the first half, up to a 12-point advantage. going to see if we can listen in to the Nat Hurst Adelaide Lightning huddle in just a moment. Nat Hurst there, trying to consolidate their position heading into the halftime break, Laurie.
Well, it's really important this last, they've established, they've made a little bit of inroads in this quarter, but they want to make sure that they don't fade at all, so she would have been giving them really specific instructions of some actions that she wants to do offensively and then maybe change up anything defensively.
Dean kick-starting things for the Lightning. Great to have your company on our WNBL Wednesdays. Lightning 0-3. Flames with a 1-2 record. Bourne will let the treble fly.
Why not? She just nailed one a little earlier. She's looking good right now from that three-point line. Sydney have got to take care of business and make sure she puts it to the deck and take her off the three-point line.
Ruth, patience, Swain with a cut, Turner again. Terrific defense down low. Dean, the patience. Didn't quite work out for the Lightning. Frank Catazano the other way and the whistle. Stay powered with Signet, Australia's favourite power bank brand. Keep your devices charged and never miss a moment. Visit signet.com to find your perfect power bank. Nathan Strempel was listening in to the Sydney huddle moments ago. Nathan, what did you catch?
Well, the timeout before, I love Guy's wording. He said he can tell when the effort is or isn't there in the rebound. And he said we've got to deserve our success. And you saw the Flames executed out of that timeout better on the glass and then execute offensively. And he mentioned the same this last time out, that it's just a matter of getting stops to enable them to run.
Thanks, Nathan. Team setting the action. Talbot re-enters the fray. George in the post. Long way from the cup and Bourne just walling up. It's Swain. Offensive foul against Kayla George as Bourne hit the deck hard.
Kayla just looks a little bit frustrated out there. She needs to, if she's going to get the ball inside, it'd be good to see if she could catch it a little bit deeper, a little bit closer to the basket. Bourne did a good job of walling up to her and not giving her an inch of space.
Frank Catazano again picking up full court and the turnover for George. Just making her earn it. Taylor, they go under the screen. Can't punish him. Talbot unable to pull down the rebound. A little exasperated with herself. And Georgia Pinot will re-enter. Roof. Oh, what a find. And the block again. Defense came in from Talbot. They're doing a great job at just stemming the influence of Shanice Swain at the moment, Laurie.
They are. They're making life difficult for her by making it hard for her to catch it at a distance. But when she does get the ball, they are there to help and make sure that she has nothing easy.
.219 remaining in the first half. Blake's unable to connect on the three, but Blake's still well in control. Slicing through the floater, not quite. Pittman, though, stayed with the play. Roof Immediate attack, has the seal. Ruth a second look, and Pinot comes up trumps. Ruth controls the glass. Body's hit the deck. Chance to push it for Kalea and the Flames. George on the right wing. Looks to put it on the deck. Adelaide defense is suffocating.
Turner is doing a great job on Kayla George. She's not giving her any room to breathe. Kayla, I feel, is just a little bit frustrated with things.
Talbot turns and fires.
It's a little bit of a grind right now, Liam. Neither team have looked like they have any flow offensively.
It is, isn't it? Lightning as well have come back down to earth with their shooting. Sydney still struggling shooting the basketball from the field. George had to go. And Dean steadied the ship. Oh, the lane opened up. Smoked the lay-in. Under a minute remaining here in the first half. Kayla Ruth. Down low is George. The brick wall of Turner awaits. And the denial from Turner. Terrific defense. Pittman stayed with it. And Brain Catazano just in time. Adelaide's defense has just been phenomenal.
Well, that shot blocker from Turner has just been protecting the rim. Such a great job.
Holding them to 23 points in the half, and Dean can add to their tally on the other end.
Good decision by Dean to penetrate as the clock's ticking down and you know, finds herself at the line and they could stretch this margin to 15 points.
Dean good on the first. Breaks the scoring drought here on the eve of half-time. Flames with a lot to think about here. Shooting just 8 of 41 from the field. And a timeout for Guy Malloy to try and draw up a play just to go into the sheds with the right feel about them, Laurie.
Well, that's right. If they can get a shot up with, 4 seconds left, at least they go into a half-time with a bit of a feel-good.
The referees, well, the team's not the only ones wearing Indigenous round jerseys. The referees designed by Jackie Dover.
Isn't that fantastic? She is an Indigenous referee and a proud Hunja woman, Jackie Dover. She's created the design that we see on the referee shirts, and they're wearing them this weekend, but I believe they're going to wear them for the rest of the season as well. And so I think it's just fantastic that one of our own, Jackie Dover, actually created the design, and I would encourage anybody to jump on the WNBL website to read all about the Indigenous uniforms that each team has, the referees have, and the stories behind them. They're so fascinating.
They really are. The story behind every jersey, including the WNBL ball as well, the logo designed beautifully by Tamara May Murray. Calling all sports teams, say goodbye to travel headaches and hello to CTM Sport. CTM are 100% committed to delivering excellence in our field. Leave the logistics to the travel experts so your athletes can focus on what they do best. Learn more at ctmsport.com.au.
Just so our viewers know, you're not allowed to advance the ball in this first, we see that they didn't get the ball up, but you can advance the ball if it's in the second half, the last quarter, but not in the first part of the game.
That insight from Laurie Chizikia. 1.2 for Sydney. Kalea. 36 plays 23 at half-time. And really, the story so far, Laurie, to me, the Adelaide defense, they have given them absolutely nothing. Well,
it goes both ways. It's their defense that then is creating opportunities for them to get the rebound and run, and they are doing a great job of both. To hold the Flames to 23 points in a half is just phenomenal, because we know that they've got some potent scorers on the team. And Adelaide, Nat Hurst would be really happy with the endeavor and the effort that her team has come out with.
This is an Adelaide team just stacked with talent. Currently in 7th spot with an 0-3 record, but suspects that's going to change if they keep this up. Let's get down to Nathan Stremple.
Steph Talbot's been kind enough to join us. Steph, pretty impressive half defensively to hold them to 23.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what we need to work on, is we have such good defenders. If we can lock teams down, then we can get out and run and play the style we want to play.
And particularly for you personally, but yourself and Borlay's doing a great job holding Shanice Swain scoreless.
Yeah, she was a big part of our scout. She's a talented young player, and we're doing a good job so far, but she's streaky, so we can't let her off in the second half.
And finally, for you as the captain, missed a couple of games earlier. It must be nice to be back on the floor leading this team.
Yeah, good to finally be back. Missed most of the last season and missed the start of this one, so it's good to be out there with the girls.
It's good to see you playing. Well done, Steph. All the best second half.
And it's good to have Steph Talbot back. Her Lightning are leading at the halftime break. 38 plays 23. Second half, not far away.
The WNBL has so many incredible First Nations athletes and Indigenous athletes to recognise the lack of representation that they have across not just, you know, the WNBL, but all of the junior programs. And I think that Indigenous round is really important to pay respects to the Indigenous community, but also to bring awareness to all the incredible Indigenous athletes that we do have and that we haven't even seen yet.
For me, it's a really big round, and it's one that gives me goosebumps and is just really special, and those jerseys just so beautiful and represent so much more than I think anyone could really understand.
We have a large Indigenous population in Townsville, so that's something we take very seriously. We get a local artist to design our uniforms, which we wear really proudly, and I think any time that we can pay respect to the Indigenous population is awesome, so I'm really proud that the WNBL continues to support them.
We're really lucky to wear jerseys that have got Indigenous design on them all year. The best thing about sport is it's inclusive, and we want everyone to feel welcome and a part of that, and if we can bring in another community in that way and educate people as well, I think that's really special. This season under Hoops Capital with the Sydney Kings and the Sydney Flames have actually engaged in yarning circles that we've just done in the pre-season. So honestly, I've never actually experienced something like that before, but the symbolism of, you know, this yarning stick that we were holding and passing around in our yarning circle was just, yeah, it was really moving, and I think that will really help us as a team and as a culture through this whole season.
Some of the best athletes in the world are Indigenous athletes, so, you know, encouraging everyone that sport's for everyone. It doesn't matter what race you are, where you came from, and the more we can make it a more inclusive sport, the better.
The thoughts of our WNBL players on Indigenous round 4, and great to see how the Hoops Capital Sydney Flames celebrated the round as well.
Isn't it? I mean, there's so many great stories when it's Indigenous round, and to hear from some of the players, as I said, read about it, their uniforms. It's a fantastic round that we have.
It really is, and at the moment on the basketball floor, the Lightning and the Flames are engaged in a tight tussle, and the Flames, they are really struggling to get their offense moving.
Well, 23 points and a half, and you have to give a lot of credit to the Adelaide defensive efforts and what they're doing out there, making life so difficult for them. But, you know, Adelaide are playing at a fast pace, and they need to do that to be able to, when you rebound it, when you get a good stop, you want to be able to run, and that was the message, and they did that really, really well, and it's something Sydney, I'm sure, will be talking about at halftime.
Dean's really impressed me at the point guard spot for Adelaide, 9 points to her name, and got it going with the jumper as well.
Well, I think she's making really good decisions, smart decisions, whether to shoot it herself, the shot clock recognition, whether she needs to pull up. She's been distributing a few of them, and so she has been influential this game, and they need her to be. They need her to run the show, be the court general.
Michaela Ruth got it going for the Flames. She leads the way with 10 points. And really, the way they have just defended Shanice Swain has been really impressive from Adelaide.
Well, as Steph Talbot said, that was massive on their scouts, and, you know, she had a wonderful game last week, so of course they're going to try and really focus on her.
And here are the leaders for the Lightning and the Flames. Bourne with 10, the only player in double figures. Turner has just been immense in the paint.
She's been such a shot blocker. You know, Sydney really, they've had to shoot a lot from the outside, and they haven't been that successful because they know that Turner is there protecting the rim anytime anybody attempts to go inside.
Yeah, it's not only the, as you said, the block she's forcing, but also the perceived pressure.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the top plays from round 3 in the Signet WNBL.
Some fight here from the Caps. Look at it show, deep in the shot clock, one left, Cole has to fire. Unfortunately, it goes in for the Caps, but fortunate for the Flyers. That was amazing.
Defense is infectious. When you see someone playing really good defense, it makes you really want to fight for your team, so great to see there.
D-ball for another. Might have just stepped inside the arc, maybe, but that was a great shot, and you can see the energy from the Caps. They're fired up.
Takeaway Geelong. Could they tie the game up? Yes, they can! What a drop. The basketball gods are with Geelong at the moment. We're all tied up at 59 apiece. Ball still loose. Brett kicks it back out to Shelley. Now it's Raver for 3. He got it to go! We're all tied up at 64.
Here's Chimatoni.
put their whistles away and just let them play.
Maley, your superstar, puts it up and gets the shot. Annalie Maley, your superstar.
Huge bucket from Maley there.
Moments away from the Lightning and the Flames. Kicking off in the third quarter, it's a 15-point advantage to Adelaide at the main break. And this season, you may notice the players from both teams have a purple band around the top of their singlet. This band is a powerful symbol of support for survivors of domestic violence. This season, the WNBL clubs, athletes, and the Players Association have united to raise awareness around this critical issue. Enough is enough. A life free from violence is possible, and when everyone plays a role, real change happens. Learn how you can be a part of the solution by visiting Full Stop Australia. Before we get underway in the second half, let's get down to Nathan Strempel.
Well, it's fascinating to touch base with the coaching staff on both sides at halftime. Obviously, Adelaide with the early advantage. Talking to Renee Garlett from the Flames, she said that they're pretty happy with 95% of what they're doing. They just need to finish off plays. They're executing well at the offensive end. They just need to put the ball in the basket. And defensively, it's closing out plays, looking after the rebounding, so they then get an opportunity to push the tempo offensively. For the Lightning, assistant coach Matthew Clark said, obviously a good start defensively. They want to continue to maintain that pressure, but they can do a better job cleaning up the glass. Sydney too much on the offensive glass. We saw Michaela Roof early getting a few there. And he also felt the way that Sydney regarding the on-ball, a chance for the big to roll. So look for Bree Turner looking to roll out of the pick and roll.
Thanks, Nate. There's not many times you could be 23 points at the half and still right in the ball game, Laurie. It's a 15-point gap, but it can be closed.
Well, I think it can, and I think Sydney just need to tighten up on a few things. And as they mentioned, you know, some of the shots they've taken were very makeable, gettable shots. And if they start dropping this half, anything could happen.
George down low, Ruth battling on the baseline, stays Flames by. For the Flames here, Brain Catazano. Taylor. Moved by Dean. Now the two centres, George and Turner, kick out. Taylor off on the three. Clark, though, extra possession for the Flames. Taylor.
That's one of those ones we talked about. They should. That's a gettable shot out there. They did all the hard work prior to that, coming off the screen. Got to finish those shots, and then you're punished down at the other end by Bourne, who's shooting the ball very well right now. That's her third three out of 4 shots. They need to get control of that, Sydney.
Bourne opens the account in the second half. There's no doubt they have smoked a few easy ones today, the Flames. Taylor, can she change that trend here? Continuing to deck hard, and the whistle goes the way of Adelaide once again.
Well, they just can't afford those sort of, you know, they just need to have a good look every time down the floor. That just felt like a bit of frustration, I feel.
Got a 2-game road trip here, the Flames. In round 4, they'll head to Perth next. Doesn't get any easier for them. Short on the 3. It's rebound number 11 of the ball game for Ruth. Taylor. Oh, Talbot was reaching, and it's an easy 2 for Michaela Ruth.
That was good execution. Again, a high-low look from Kayla George into Ruth, who had Talbot sealed. Talbot almost got a deflection, but a little bit out of position and was able to score.
And Catazano, great defense. Talbot, lane parted. Lose control. George tried to thread the needle to Taylor. Kick ball would have been some fines.
Well, it would have been some fine or else a bad turnover, one of the two, Liam.
She was asking the question, that's for sure. And Catazano this time with a cut. Clark off the dribble.
See, I like what I'm seeing from the Flames right now. They're attacking the closeouts. They're attacking the rim, getting downhill, trying to get themselves to the line.
It's a 15-point advantage at the half. That's the equation to the Flames. Turner. Ball ace with 6 seconds. Gotta make her move. She hasn't recognised the clock. Miscue for the Adelaide Lightning.
This is where the Lightning have to make sure that they maintain their concentration, maintain their focus. I think they've been doing a good job of running Sydney off a lot of screens and making them navigate that, but they can't stop.
Once again, Taylor couldn't get the friendly roll. Dean in rhythm.
Wow, she's doing a great job, great decision. She was looking to perhaps pass it into Turner, but Kayla George was with her and she knew she was free, wide open to do a pull-up jump shot. Such a nice looking shot.
Catazano. And a turnover, new leaf in the second half. Turner peels her clean. Has Dean to assist. Pops herself on the left hand. Somehow didn't go down.
That would have been a nice little finger roll by Brianna Turner on the run.
Waits reinforcements. George. Asking a lot there of Taylor.
I think Sydney need to find a way. Kayla George, I thought there, she was screaming for the ball when she was inside. If she's going inside, you've got to use that opportunity to get her the ball. Somehow find a way to get her the ball inside. A different look for her.
Bourne, leading scorer in the first half for Adelaide. Turner has been huge for the Lightning. Here's that matchup we talked about at the start, Talbot and Clark. Just in time, Dean, bottom on the three. All Adelaide at the moment.
She liked that shot, she felt good about it. Now she's going to have to, Sydney are going to have to really take care of business with her.
George again looking to thread the needle.
I mean, Dean shoots the ball at a great clip. Overall, so far this year, she's shooting the ball at almost 47% and averaging almost 16 points a game. So she's influential in that Adelaide lineup and somebody that they rely on. We can see that Pittman's into the game now.
Dean. Adelaide moving it through hands quickly. In sync. And their offense looks beautiful.
Steph Talbot did a great job of using her body, finding the defender to spin around, and then just a nice little finger roll.
Swain back out there for the Flames. Another turnover for Sydney. Laurie, it seemed like they've cleaned up the turnovers in the first half, but almost back to bad habits here. Oh, Swain picked her pocket. Defense to offense.
That's one of the easier baskets that Swain has had a look at in tonight's game.
That's her evening started. Swain again applying the pressure on Basham. Pulls into a mid-range jumper.
Well, we've been talking over various games how the mid-range jumper is back, Liam. Love seeing it.
Isn't it? The Lightning have gone to it en masse here this evening. 50 plays, 29 halfway through the third. The Adelaide Lightning have started this third quarter in style, Laurie.
Well, they've really continued where they left off, and that is playing tough defense, making life really difficult for the Flames. So anywhere the Flames catch it, the scout. They're sticking to their scouts, whether they have to stand off of them a little bit or whether they are all over them. They've got hands in the passing lane. They're getting deflections. They're just overall making life really difficult for Sydney to get a good look at the basket.
Coming into the game, Adelaide ranks 8th in points per game as a team. The Lightning came in averaging 71 points per game as a team. It was last in the WNBL. We knew they were great defensively, Laura. They had to get it moving offensively, and it looks like they're starting to do that here.
Well, they certainly are. They're really adding to their tally, and certainly the first quarter especially, they were playing at such a good pace. But if you look at Sydney, 29 points with 3 minutes to go in the third, and they average 83 points a game. So you can tell just the impact that the Lightning's defense has had on the Flames.
Connie Deese out there in the first minutes. Right into it with some hustle. George. Swain. Trying to get it to Kayla. Now it's Ruth kicking out for three. You bet. And that has been the one constant offense for the Flames this evening, Michaela Ruth.
Well, she has. She's not only been a rebounding machine, but she's hit a couple from behind the arc, which is much needed for this team.
Skip pass. Ball ace. Was online. Ruth goes to work herself. Draws two defenders. Whistle first.
Kayla Ruth has that ability to back players down. She was on the left-hand side of the court, which is her favorite side, her preferred side. But the help came and she tried to make a great pass. Oh, what happened there? Great execution. It's certainly a miscommunication on Adelaide's part. It's always great as a coach when an out-of-bounds play just works so superbly.
Connie Deese with the back cut. Caught the defender unawares. Ball ace. Swain. Probing inside, away to the cutter, Deese. Another turnover against Sydney. Lightning running the floor.
I was just thinking, Liam, that the pace had slowed down slightly for Adelaide, and so that was a great kick-ahead pass to a waiting Bourne, and now all of a sudden the momentum's just totally with Adelaide in their running game.
Turner came to meet Swain. They want to force the ball out of her hands. Shanice Swain. Ford dealers love to see their WNBL sporting heroes and Aussie families conquering their goals. And it's easy to conquer the everyday in a 7-seat Ford Everest Sport SUV. Find the Everest that's right for you at your local Ford dealer. Cano for her first minutes, along with Hayley Andrews in the second half of the Lightning. Tough on the left hand.
So that was a great little hesitation move. It made Ruth have to decide, am I going to stay with her or am I going to close out back to my player that's sitting there on the three-point line? And so she took a step towards her, and it was a nice finish.
Andrews with some contact from Shanice Swain.
As I mentioned earlier in the first half, Adelaide's starting fives have all played over 35-plus minutes across the first 4 games. And it's really nice to see that Coach Nat Hurst has taken it upon herself to go, that's not going to be sustainable. I'm going to get some subs in. And we can see here, Brooke Basham shooting it. We know that Pinot's had some valuable minutes. She's on the court now.
We've had the 8-player rotation this evening. Basham's played 15 minutes, Pinot 10. Morris out there as well for Sydney in the second half. Lightning had a foul to give.
And we talk about the influence that Steph Talbot has had coming back into this team. one, she's obviously very fit. She's an athlete. She's an Olympian. She's an outstanding player. So the opposition team, probably she gets one of the better defenders, and that opens it up a little more for the likes of Borlase and Bourne.
Kalea. Downhill and 2 shots for the Flames. First personal of the evening on Japreece Steen. Watching on is plenty to mull over.
I was just going to say, Sydney should really try and get themselves to the line more. They shoot the free throws at 82%, second in the competition. So, you know, if that's the way they want to get some points, but they have to do that by attacking, and we know that Brianna Turner is there protecting the rim.
That is the problem for the Flames. Turner has controlled the keyway. Talbot. Oh, great defense there. Stripped on Pittman. .8 remaining in the third. And the Lightning have extended this halftime lead. Walk down for 3 throws in the bonus. If you're wondering why Emma Clark's wearing the number 25 out there, we've had a jersey change mid-game. Definitely in the number 7 at the tip. Starting today.
Maybe there was some blood rule.
Quite possibly. Pittman good on the seconds.
You notice that Adelaide are in their Indigenous uniforms. Sydney, because their Indigenous uniform is a dark color, they clash. So as the away team, they're not wearing that.
Great passing out to Pinot. I'm looking forward to seeing them rock that jersey against Perth in a few days' time, Laurie. It's Morris inside just before the buzzer expires. The Sydney Flames have a pulse here after 3. 54 plays 40. Adelaide, it's been all their way so far this evening. Could we have a twist down the stretch? Stick around, 1 quarter remains here on your WNBL Wednesdays. The Flames ended the quarter on a run to win the third quarter for the first time this match, 17-16, and they're back in the hunt here, Laurie Chiswick. 54 plays 14. It's been all the Lightning's way, led by Bourne and Pristine. Remarkably, Sydney not without a sniff.
Well, just quickly glancing over the stats at three-quarter time, what stands out to me is not so much who's doing the work, who's doing the scoring. We can see Roof with 14 points, 12 rebounds, but it's the players that aren't. So Steph Talbot, only 2 points in this game, and they're still up by that margin. Kayla George, 2 points in this game, and she's only taken 8 shots. So that's something where I think she just needs to be more involved.
Let's see if they can do so here in the fourth, the Flames. Talbot. Lane opened up. Great vision. Extra fine. Ball ace.
That is superb team basketball. Penetration by Steph Talbot. Ball movement, player movement. A look inside, kick back out. Could not ask for anything more.
Dumped off to Morris. Stays with Sydney. Let's get down to Nath, courtside.
Thanks, Liam. Listening into Guy during the break, first of all, confirmed it was blood on Emma Clark's singlet, hence the change. They want to focus on their offensive set, and you see it here, looking to find Michaela Roof on the roll. They feel like they can get back in this game, get it under 10 by putting heat in the rim and finding the roller.
Thanks, Nate. Whistle on the drive for Pittman. Here's Kalea with 4.1 on the shot clock. Roof, got to go. It's the advantage of Clark. Crucially, a shot clock reset for Sydney. Kalea. Oh, got by Talbot. Wow. What a move from Cherie Kalea.
I think she surprised even herself there. It was a wonderful finish.
The Flames on the board in the fourth. Ball ace stepping through, and Morris reaching across has been assessed with a personal foul.
You have to remember, Liam, last week when Adelaide played Geelong, they are up by 10 points at the start of the fourth quarter.
It's a great point.
I wonder if that'll be in the back. I'm sure it'll be in the back of Nat Hurst's mind. Hopefully not the players, because you have to, this is a new game, you have to learn from that and just make sure you're continuing to extend the lead, play to win, don't play not to lose, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it would have to be in the back of their minds. Celebrate the new WNBL season by grabbing the latest kicks and apparel at your nearby Foot Locker, the official major partner of the WNBL. It was a 10-point lead, as you mentioned, at three-quarter time. Then it went to OT.
Yeah.
After that, Danielle Raber three-ball for Geelong United. Kick out, Clark. Turner again, all strength. Hand off Steph Talbot. Rolling down low, and there it is for Brianna Turner on the pick and roll.
I've just been so impressed how Adelaide are really playing team basketball. They're really looking, anybody can score, anybody can look.
Talbot approaching double-figure rebounds. Kicks forward, ball ace again. Second three-ball running.
Well, that's what you want coming out of the quarter time, is to be able to run like that, kick ahead, and really extend this lead.
Looking to make absolutely sure of it here, the Lightning. Oh. Turner made sure of it to walk first. Back-to-back three balls for Izzy, ball ace. That's a way to just cool down the nerves if there's any chat of giving up a lead.
And she just caught that. Her feet were set, her hands were set, and there was just never any doubt that she was letting it fly.
Up to 14, ball ace. Dean. Eight seconds for Bourne. Talbot just getting into their sets, the Lightning. And isn't it pretty?
They are feeling super comfortable right now, the Lightning, with what they're doing, and the two-man game, the way they're looking for each other.
And they will head to Townsville with some serious confidence. If this keeps up, the Lightning, they are motoring away, searching for their first victory of the season.
And it's nice that it's on their home court. It's nice that it's Indigenous round. Wednesday night hoops on ESPN. They've got it all right now.
It is. They've chosen the occasion. Townsville in their next two outings, the Lightning, and then Southside. It's a tough next three. Let's listen in to Guy Malloy here.
Roll, get to the elbow and bounce it out. Haley, you're going to fill the middle. Comes back to you, shot, high, low. If not, continue it to Emerald if she needs to get to the side. If we score, we've got to stay at it. Pick up our pick and roll defense. Don't let them come over the screen so easy.
Some defensive adjustments there for Guy Malloy out of his timeout.
Well, when he talked about, you know, cleaning up or picking up their pick and roll defense, that if they are trying to fight through, then they've got to make sure that they've got the help there, whether it's a shot, whatever their rules are, he wants them to be more aggressive with it.
Let's see if they can do so. Celeste Taylor. George down low, great entry pass. Maya Morris with two more. Ball ace, active fourth quarter so far. Talbot's there with a seal. And Swain will make her earn it.
Really good use of her body. Steph Talbot, she was just holding that seal, wanting her, willing her teammates to see her. And there wasn't a lot that Swain could do once Talbot got the ball.
Nath, what did you catch from Nat Hurst's huddle?
If they're forced into late clock sets, Nat wants side pick and roll with Talbot and Turner. They think they can exploit your Maya Morris in the on-ball.
What's been working so far with Talbot and Turner?
Well, Talbot's such a great decision maker and a scorer coming off the on-ball. And Turner's a great target rolling inside.
Oh, picked her pocket. Talbot caught her unawares. It is great to have Talbot back in the WNBL. She'll go to the line for one more. It's becoming a party here in Adelaide.
Well, it is. And again, they'll want to keep, they'll want to still keep the Flames to as low a margin as possible.
Still just 44 on the board for the Flames. Credit to his Adelaide team. Taylor, can they get it going? That's more like it. Team was impressed at point. Foul call on Clark, just infringing the cut of Talbot.
Yeah, she was trying to, get her hand in the passing lane. Talbot went to make a back cut because she recognized she was playing, and she must have just caught her as she was endeavoring to do the back cut.
Talbot immediately doubles. Flames recover here defensively. That is a big collision.
I think what happened there, Turner went to set the screen on one side, decided to change her mind and set it on the other side, and she just wasn't set enough and was called for the block.
George releasing Swain. Oh, Shanice Swain battling through.
Bit of a party trick there from Shanice Swain, again, over the great defender of Steph Talbot.
Oh, threading the needle, ball ace, flipped it up. Not quite. Foul call on Dean. Terrific composure and balance from Swain on that finish, wasn't it?
Certainly was.
Here's Morris. Oh, Dean puts Taylor in the blender. She's been good today, Japrice Dean.
She has been very impressive with what she's brought to the court.
16 points, 4 assists.
She's got some serious handles.
That she does. Morris will have 2 from the line. Look at this for a tight handle and a quick first step for Japrice Dean. And you're right, Laurie, the mid-range is back.
The mid-range is back, and just notice how low she kept the ball on that crossover, and it was just like it was on a string on her hands. That was nice to watch.
Textbook stuff.
Not so fun if you're the defender.
Never is. Morris was big down the stretch last week against Bendigo. Some limited minutes so far for her this evening. Basham off the handoff. Dean, will she go again? Zigzagging through the keyway. Taylor has toiled away for the Flames, and not much has been going.
I feel like there's been a definite change in the Flames in, you know what, they're not shooting nearly as many threes. They're really trying to put some pressure on the rim and get themselves to the foul line.
George. Here's the shot clock winding down. Morris over the top. The foul call to boot. After their Saturday night fixture in Perth, they'll have a couple of home games, the Sydney Flames. First Geelong United and then the Lynx. Maybe much needed, you feel, as they try and keep pace with the top 4.
Well, it's interesting. I know it's really early days. It's you know, round 4. But you look at somebody like Bendigo, they've played 5 games already. They'll play, that's almost a third of their games when you know, after this weekend. So the season tends to move along pretty quickly. And, you know, looking if things continue, Adelaide will get their first win because they don't want to start the season 0-4. And as you mentioned, have 2 games against Townsville. So this game was absolutely crucial for them. But same thing with the Flames. You know, they'll now enter Perth, and you have to look and say, you know, to me right now, it's Townsville and Bendigo are really the informed teams. Southside will be tested this weekend when they play Bendigo, but it's still wide open at the other end, and so every win becomes so crucial. And I know it seems funny saying that at round 4, but if you can get those wins early on in the season, they're going to pay massive dividends at the pointy end.
No, you said it well, Laurie. It does seem early to be calling these ones, you know, pressure games, but we're nearly a quarter of the way through.
Yeah, yeah.
So it does start to become a factor.
Seems like we wait forever for the beginning of the season, then all of a sudden it's, you know, beginning of December, end of December, and you know, the season is coming to winding up the regular season.
It does fly by. Swain. Great vision, cross-court finds. Dean. There's a pep in her step at the moment. Turner tried to reward the roll. Taylor saw the open lane. It's another steal for Brianna Turner. Number 3 in the ball game. Go with a bevy of blocks. Here's Borlase. Bourne puts her in the spin cycle. Taylor makes the handoff. Swain, time to get her feet set. George left unattended from beyond the arc.
So while those shots aren't dropping, they are wide open looks, and Nat Hurst wouldn't be happy with that. It doesn't matter what the margin is. You've got to be able to continue to play strong defense, because if you're playing a different team, those shots are going to drop right now. And at the end of a game, you have to be able to play with the same endeavor, same focus as you do at the start. Not a bad look there from Dean to continue her way.
That was gritty from Japrice Dean. Superb game from the Lightning point guard. And a chance to chat things over. The Flames just simply need to get this offense feeling good about themselves heading into their away fixture against the Lynx. Motoring away the Adelaide Lightning for their first victory in front of a home crowd at the 36ers Arena. They outscored them in the fourth so far, 19-9. For a quick and easy weeknight dinner that the whole family will enjoy. Pick up a family pack of Latina fresh pasta and sauce, ready in minutes and so delicious there won't be any complaints at the dinner table. Find Latina Fresh in a chilled pasta aisle near you. Laurie is championship winning coach in this league. I mean, for your Guy Malloy right now, your game's out of reach. What's the message here with one game remaining in round 4?
Well, I think you want to, you know, for the last 2.5 minutes here, you want to go, all right, we don't want any turnovers. We want to execute this, whatever he's drawn up on the board. You know, we want to continue have some good player and ball movement. And defensively, whatever their rules are, you know, whether they score or not, you want to make sure you're executing the systems that he's trying to put in place, and that each game you get better. And then they'll probably want to forget this game and move on quickly to Perth.
I think you might be right. Here's Clark. Attacking on Bourne. Great defense once more. Caitlin Martin's out there for the Flames in her first minutes. And Catazano re-enters. And now the Lightning will go to their bench. Here's Caitlin Martin. 8-second shot clock. Swain. 3 to fire. Instead opts down the middle. Morris with yet another offensive rebound in this fourth quarter. It's a tie-up.
Well, we talked about how Sydney have actually had some good looks at the basket, and just, you know, there's just been on a cover on the rim for them sometimes. They've just missed some easy ones, and some gettable ones, I should say.
Yeah, they have. They missed a handful of easy lay-ins. Jess Simon's out there for the Adelaide Lightning. Guy Malloy not enthused. That's on the free throw. Technical foul on Guy Malloy after he got a warning around a minute ago. That's frustrations here for the Flames. Simons from the elbow. Martin running point. Down low is Morris, tied under the backboard. And the bench unit getting it done defensively too.
That's what you want to see. Put the bench on and be able to continue the same momentum.
Grace Graham out there, Ella Gordon, Maddie Freer as well, along with Georgia Pinot.
And it's great to give these players some valuable minutes at the end of a game. You know, they're there at training every day, work just as hard as everybody else, and this will certainly benefit each of them.
Yeah, spot on. Important part of every squad in the WNBL. Martin.
Certainly, Liam, I didn't anticipate this sort of margin of this game. I think, you know, we were talking off air before we came on, and we thought, you know, it would be a really close game. Both teams would be desperate for that win. The matchups looked pretty good. So I must say I'm surprised at this margin.
I think everyone would have to be. The talent the Flames have to have this sort of offensive output, it's really just got, you know, it's an off night for them. This is not going to be an indicator of what we'll see moving forward from them.
I don't think so, but I mean, I think they're going to have to make some adjustments and maybe change a couple of things that they want to do offensively. But certainly credit's got to go to Adelaide and their scouting, their defense that they brought to the table tonight. And the other thing we can't forget is Adelaide have 5 returning players from last year.
Yep.
And you add in Talbot now, and so they're one of the few teams that have had that many players that are returning. There's only 3 for Sydney, so they are a really new group, the Sydney Flames.
Grace Graham connects on the jumper. I think that's a great point, Laurie. That continuity really counts for a lot, especially with Talbot back. That was clearly the piece that they were looking forward to getting back in the lineup.
Well, as I said, we know what she can do offensively, but she hasn't scored much in this game yet. She's brought others into the game so much, and her presence on the floor is just another great player that the opposition have to defend. So it opens up different opportunities for other players.
Look at the line. 24 minutes tonight for the Flames, working their way back. Morris on the follow. The Lightning are going to pick up their first victory of the season here after starting 0-3. And they will head to Perth with some confidence. 78 plays 54. Adelaide in front of a home crowd. They've got it done. And they are impressive from go to woe, Laurie Chiswick.
Well, they were. They started, they came out of the blocks really quickly. They maintained their pressure defensively all game, keeping the Flames to 54 points when they average almost 83 over the course of the first 3 games is a massive effort.
Sydney had 6 more field goal attempts, but it was the defense. They held them to 27% shooting, the Flames. Just suffocated them throughout the entire contest. And then on the flip side, their offense almost looked the most in sync it has so far this season.
I was really impressed with the player movement off the ball. So anytime there was a ball, the ball was swinging sides, or if there was any sort of dribble handoff action, there was always movement on the other side. And they did that throughout the whole game, creating a lot of opportunities for themselves.
They really did move it through hands nicely. The ball never stuck. And Steph Talbot back leading this side as skipper. Got to feel good about the Lightning's chances now in WNBL 25.
Well, once you get that first win, hopefully that feeling, they know what they need to do. It lifts everybody. It lifts everybody at training, and they can just continue on from here.
I mean, Steph Talbot in the second year of a 4-year deal at the Adelaide Lightning, and it feels like they've assembled this really nice group of talent, just yet to click, but now it feels like this could be a chance for that to do so. Kayla George and the Flames, they'd be disappointed.
Well, they would, and I think those were fairly strong words from Kayla George. We could say when she's addressing her teammate, yeah, they'd be really disappointed, and they've got the opportunity to come out against Perth and rectify things, but that's not easy flying over to Perth and as your second game of your road double.
It's not pretty reading down the score sheet for the Sydney Flames. George, 1 of 11. Clark, 2 of 10. Let's get down to Nath Strempel, who's with Japrice Dean.
Well, Japrice kind enough to join us. Japrice must feel good to get that win in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, it feels amazing just to, have a tough start and finally put it together and get a W, so it feels great.
Now, Japrice, you've played all over the world. To come here to Australia tonight looked like you were starting to really enjoy yourself out there.
No, I am. I love Australia. I love this team. I love playing with great players. It's awesome to have good mates by your side. So I'm just happy to be here.
Speaking fluent Australian already, we like it. Now, I feel like you got a pretty deep bag of tricks. Like, how deep did we go into it tonight? As you started to get rolling?
I think I'm starting to, get in the groove. So I think I'm going to keep digging out of the bag as time goes on.
And finally, how about this home crowd here? A chance to get that first win, build some momentum for the group. Nice to get it in front of the home crowd.
No, yeah, it's always great to win in front of the home crowd. Thank them for their support and coming out and supporting us on the Wednesday night. And I hope to see them back next game.
Japrice, well done. Way to get the win.
All right, thank you.
Japrice Dean, she does indeed have a deep bag of tricks, and we saw it on show here tonight, Laurie.
Well, we did, and I mentioned it, and I think that we need to reinforce it. She has some serious handles out there. The way she, can pull up, the way she can use her body. She does have a lot to do with her bag of tricks, and she's balanced whatever she does. Like that crossover there was just so sweet, and that finish, and so she's really instrumental in this team and far as how teams have to guard her when she's on the court.
They went out and scouted their point guard in the off-season, and they have done a mighty good job. And Japrice Dean, who is just outstanding here tonight, played professionally in 4 different continents, Japrice Dean. That's the sort of experience she brings. Drafted in 2020 to the Chicago Sky, and now here in Australia with the Lightning. If they get more of that this season, the Lightning are going to be very happy.
And the thing is, with somebody of that experience, it's great for the younger players like Borlase, like Bourne. She'll enjoy having Steph Talbot on the court playing with her and Turner. So, she said that. She said she likes playing with these good players. They're mates now. And she'll only get better as the season goes on.
Yeah, she will, no doubt. Let's hear the thoughts of Izzy Bourne right now on the court with Nath.
Thanks, guys. Izzy Bourne kind enough to join us. Izzy, the bigs for Sydney have been playing really well. Michaela Roof and Kayla George. It must feel great to come and really get the better of that matchup tonight.
Yeah, I think we put a lot of respect on them when, preparing for this game and how important they are for that team. So I think we had a big emphasis on making sure that we locked down in that area tonight.
So you talk about locking down, so holding Sydney to 54 is pretty impressive, but you had a lot of focus on Kayla George and also Shanice Swain. To hold both of them to only a couple of points each is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think we have some pretty awesome defenders in our team, in particular like Brianna Turner and Steph Talbot, and just using their abilities to our advantage is something we want to focus on this season. So.
Now, Izzy, you come into your second season in the league under pretty big raps. Christy Harrower said last season, compared your rookie season to Lauren Jackson and Penny Taylor. Is there a sense of pressure in that, or is there excitement sort of seeing that people see your game on that sort of level?
I try not to see it as pressure. I try not to put that on myself. I think, I just try to show myself each time what I'm capable of, and playing with confidence is important for me. So to get that rap from Christy, I was very grateful, and just try to, play my game and do what I can.
Well, you did it really well tonight, and not just you individually. I feel like tonight, for the first time, we saw as a group what the Lightning can do. Obviously, Steph Talbot back on the floor now for you, and we saw in patches there the way you were able to get out and transition and be really damaging offensively.
Yeah, I think throughout training we've shown ourselves that we are capable of it, and just haven't quite put 40 minutes together until tonight. So I think just showing ourselves what we're capable of, and when we're doing it well, we're pretty hard to guard. So I think it's exciting for us to get that win.
And for you, second season in Adelaide, how's it feeling? Originally from Canberra, is Adelaide feeling like home yet?
Yeah, I'm getting used to it. Like, coming back here, I kind of feel more like a local. I know the spots. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it, and the people here is great. So, yeah.
There's definitely plenty of people cheering for Izzy Bourne in the crowd tonight. Well done on the win, Izzy, and way to go get it.
Thank you so much.
Izzy Bourne there, and in fact, it's her birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday to Izzy too.
Oh, what a great way. She'll feel very happy celebrating with that win, Izzy Bourne.
Yes, she will. And as Nate said, her second season post-college. A couple of seasons with the Caps where she was a DP, but really come into her own, hasn't she, as a pro the last 2 years?
You know what I really like about her is her demeanor on the court. She rarely changes. She always has that game face, so she doesn't get overly high. She doesn't get, you know, looks like she's frustrated. She just plays. She plays hard. And I think that's really important for a player of her age and caliber and as she develops.
It is, and big comparisons as well to the likes of Penny Taylor. That's got to be a lot to carry, Laurie.
Well, yes, it is. And I like how she said she doesn't sort of focus on that or you know, she's her own player. She has her own style of game, and I mean, it's nice to be mentioned in the same sentence as those players, but I really like how she's going about her business.
This game got to a stage where it looked like the Flames might be a chance, and then Izzy Borlase hit on a couple of threes. She's down there with Nate.
Thanks, guys. As you mentioned, Izzy, the game was, it looked like the Flames were close. They were trying to close within single digits, and then you came and hit 2 triples in a row to really close that one out. Did you sense that that was the moment to go?
Yeah, I think I didn't shoot too well in the first couple quarters, and it was nice to hit a few to, I guess, bump the lead out a bit further.
You say you didn't shoot well. One thing you did very well, you and Steph Talbot tag-teamed on Shanice Swain. Your big focus on her and really made life tough for her tonight.
Yeah, I think Shanice is like the head of the snake for them. I think once she gets rolling and hitting shots, they're hard to stop. So I think, you know, Steph started on her, and when she got subbed out, I went on her, and I think, yeah, we worked well together.
And mentioning Steph Talbot, how nice to have her back on court. You obviously spent a bit of time together in Paris, just collecting a couple of bronze medals. It's nice to have her back, both South Australians here playing in front of a home crowd.
Yeah, I think it's really nice to have Steph back. I think she's the key piece for our team, and not having her for the first 2 games was hard for us, and I think having her back, I think we're just getting started.
You are getting started. Great to get the win tonight. Obviously, not the results you wanted leading up. What was the vibe like this week leading into this one?
I think it was just offensive execution. I think, you know, in the last quarter against Geelong, we just got pushed out of our stuff, and then that forced us into overtime. And I think we really knuckled down on the details of our offense. And I think JP, our point guard, did a really good job of getting us to our spots tonight.
JP was great, and I feel like we just started scratching the surface of what you can be in the Lightning, hunting kick aheads, getting the ball in transition. Looked like pretty tough to guard when you're out and running.
Yeah, I think that's our favourite style of basketball to play, is to get out and run. And I think when we're doing that, we're hard to stop, so it's exciting.
Izzy Borlase, well done on the win. We look forward to watching more of it.
Thank you.
Thanks to Nate. Thanks to Izzy Borlase, who had 14 points on the evening, hit on a couple of 3 balls in the 4th quarter. But interesting to hear her break down that defensive strategy on Shanice Swain.
Absolutely it is, and they, you know, as we've mentioned numerous times, that would have been a real focus for them in the scouts. So you know, you give the coaching staff, the assistant coaches, whoever does the videoing, credit for coming up with some good scouts, and then the players for executing the game plan both defensively and offensively. And they really did look like they took the Flames out of their comfort zone and really had an answer for everything that they were shown.
Adelaide lapping it up with their home fans here at the 36ers Arena. Let's have a look at our full match highlights. This is how Adelaide were able to get it done. Started off, let's not forget, the Flames had an early lead in this one before Adelaide just turned it on with a 12-1 run at the end of that first quarter, and from there, really, they never looked back.
Well, as Borlase just mentioned there, that, you know, they like that style of play. They like to be able to run and get out. And then Dean coming along and controlling it, being the floor general. They just had all the answers to what they did. And the other thing I liked is that they had a wide spread of scorers, so making it really difficult. There were times, like we could just see Kalia there, you know, where we thought that Sydney were going to get on a bit of a roll, but then somebody like Borlase just comes up with a great 3 shot that really takes any momentum that Sydney had away.
That was a pretty move from Shanice Swain. And Dean, who was almost the player of the match for the Lightning. It'll be tough to pick one. You look at the defensive presence of Turner as well, but gee, Dean was good.
She was. She, along with, you know, Bourne and Borlase and Talbot, even though she didn't score, just played a really crucial role. So, as I say, I thought it was a real team game. It was good to see Emma Clark back in. I thought she looked like she was attacking the boards, attacking the rim early on in that last quarter, and I thought that was a good look for them.
I'm glad you mentioned the game of Steph Talbot, because I thought 7 points on the board. Maybe if you're just looking at that as a fan, it doesn't look like a huge outing, but I thought she was stellar today. Defensively, just every time they came near her, she was just able to suffocate them and not let anyone through her grasp. Talbot was great in her second game back this season.
Well, it is, and people forget that she has to be guarded. She has to be guarded from the perimeter. She's got a good three-point shot. You know, she can drive, so she just attracts attention. But because of that, there we have Dean with 18, Bourne 17, Borlase 14. It opens it up, as we said it would, when, you know, she's in there as well. So if it's not her scoring, which it wasn't tonight, it certainly allows her teammates to step up even more.
Kayla Roof was valiant in defeat for the Flames with a double-double, 14 and 12. 4 offensive rebounds as well for Roof. She's probably their maybe lone really solid contributor today for Sydney.
Well, I think anytime a player gets a double-double, they've had a great game, and she just fought really, really hard for the rebounds, for offensive rebounds. And I thought she did a terrific job at the role that she was playing in there today.
With a lot of talent, the Sydney Flames, they will bounce back, no doubt. The next game will be in Perth on Saturday night, and the Lynx, that is going to be a tough out, especially with the run-and-gun style of Ryan Petrick's team. Let's hear from the defensive force in the middle for Adelaide. Brianna Turner with Nate.
Well, the Adelaide Lightning doing a great job here. South Adelaide Panthers, the local club of the round. You see all the Lightning players signing autographs. I've got Bree Turner on the end here. Bree, must be great to get a win in front of so many of these home fans.
Yeah, it was really exciting. You know, we didn't have the best start to the season, but we wanted to come out today and make a statement.
And second year for you in Adelaide, getting your players back now. Steph Talbot, obviously a big one coming back from injury. Is it nice with that continuity coming from last year?
Awesome. There was nowhere else I wanted to sign back but Adelaide. I have a lot of trust in Coach Nat, and my teammates, and I'm just really excited to be back in Adelaide playing.
Well, I appreciate you spending some time with us, but I think there's a bunch of junior Panthers here that want to spend time with you. Thanks for your time, Bree. Way to get the win.
No problem. Thank you.
Cheers, Bree.
Her third season with the Adelaide Lightning, first in 2019-20, then returning last year, back-to-back seasons, and again, that continuity you spoke of, Laurie. I mean, to bring back a returning import centre, that's a big part of that.
Well, I certainly liked how Nathan was right in there with the, with the crowd, and I didn't realize it, but he's actually an Adelaide person and hasn't been there for 14 years, he was telling us, but he's enjoying the vibe down there at Adelaide along with all the players.
They are loving it at the moment, the Adelaide Juniors. A terrific night here at the 36ers Arena. They were dominant. Go to Ode, Liam Ellison and Laurie Chiswick with you on the call. Of course, still 5 games remaining here in round 4, an Indigenous round in the Signet WNBL. And you spoke earlier, Southside and the Spirit is going to be a terrific game.
Well, there's 4 games in between that, but bookcase the end of this round, that Bendigo game against the Flyers. Bendigo are sitting really nice at the top of the ladder, 5-0, and they'll be relishing having this home game against the Flyers. And it's a real test for the Flyers because they've played a couple of the teams that haven't had wins yet so far, so it'll be a great test and a great way to finish up the Indigenous round.
It sure will be. And then the challenge for Adelaide, they'll head to Townsville on Saturday night, and if that is a litmus test, well, that isn't a litmus test, I don't know what is.
Yeah, exactly. We talk about Bendigo being in form, certainly Townsville are as well, and they're always tough to play at home.
They will improve to 1-3 on the season, and the Flames 4-1-3. It's been a pleasure to have you company on your WNBL Wednesdays, brought to you by Ford. It's the Adelaide Lightning who get it done comprehensively here at the 36ers Arena.